you live in Cherokee County, Georgia, and you love to recreate on the water, or you're thinking about relocating to Cherokee County, well, there are a lot of options to recreation, from paddling to boating, anything like that. And in today's episode, we're gonna go over all the different things that you can get into in Cherokee County. Number one on the list, we're gonna talk about Little River, located at Rope Mill Park. And Rope Mill Park is an old historic mill that used to make ropes. So you can actually go check out some of those old ruins on the other side of the river, down the hiking trails. They have an amazing place where you can launch canoes, kayaks, paddleboards, anything like that. And during the summer months, it is an awesome way to get in and out of Little River. So if you go further up, there's a couple different rapids that come down, nothing crazy, but a great place to go fishing and a large fishing dock for those who are anglers. And when you put in at that launch location, it drops into Little River and flows into Lake Allatoona. And don't go chasing waterfalls, but if you do want to chase waterfalls, there is Toonigh Falls located on Lake Allatoona that you can paddle from Rope Mill all the way there. It's about a 2.5 hour if you're a stand-up paddleboarder. If you're a kayaker, you may be a little bit quicker. I like a little bit slower pace. Anytime I'm on the water, I like to just kind of take it easy. I bring a little speaker box, I chill, I get some sun, I get some exercise, and enjoy myself. Now, you can also get to it by foot, and if you want more information on that, if you just drop a comment below, we can get on an email chain and I can unpack that for you. And during the peak summer months, when you get to Toonigh Falls, you're probably gonna find quite a bit of people there. Locals jumping off the cliffs, swimming in the water, so be prepared. You might see more people than you want. Now, during the warm summer months, when people are just looking to cool off, this is a very popular location for locals to go cool off in the summer heat. Let's talk about Lake Allatoona, which is the biggest body of water in the entire county of Cherokee. So Lake Allatoona, if you're a motorized boat person, fishing, recreation, or just cruising or getting out on your jet ski, this is a great spot. You've got 3 big boat ramps at Fields Landing, Little River, not to be confused with the marina right across the cove. That is actually where Little River dumps into Lake Allatoona. Let's talk about the day use areas that has beach access. So you've got Victoria Campground, which is really nice. Got a nice beach, then it's roped off for secure. So if you've got littles, you can rest assured, you can put them out there with their life jackets, they can hang out and be totally safe. Same thing as Sweetwater Campground, very similar, beach, roped off, secure, all the things. Now, if you are not looking for a beach use access, you can go to Fields Landing, which has lots of picnic tables, playground, and big grassy areas that overlook the lake. So great spot for a picnic or a celebration or a gathering. You can also get a permit to rent those out. For motorized boat folks, you're gonna wanna know where the public boat ramps are. Some of the most popular ones are Cherokee Mills, located right next to Little River Marina across the bridge. You've got Victoria, then you've also got Fields Landing. All 3 of these can get a little backed up on the weekend, so make sure you get there early to get your boat in the water. Now, one thing is super cool about Lake Allatoona and the area we live in is the restaurants we have on the lake. So you've got JD's on the lake, and you may be familiar with JD's on the lake, but you don't know it as that. You know it as the Blue Cat Lounge from the Netflix series Ozark. Yes, this is a true spot, it's real, and it's only open from Memorial Day all the way to Labor Day. So Thursday through Sunday, you can go, pull up, get gas, get a beer, have a burger, all the things. Now let's talk about the Sunset Grill and Marina. So that is a totally different vibe than JD's on the lake. Big, beautiful deck on the outside overlooking the lake, and it has one of the most perfect spots, literally, to watch the sunset. So go out on the lake for the day, stop for lunch, stop for dinner. Great spot to hang out, grab a bite, grab a brew. All right, Etowah River. If you like river exploration, you like to kayak, canoe, or float, so this is a great opportunity. Then if you like to canoe, you can also put in further up on the Etowah, closer to ball ground. You can actually go through a tunnel. Make sure you have a headlamp. Kayakers, same for you too. I actually know a couple people that have lost their paddles and their headlamp in the tunnel. Super freaky, super scary. Everybody made it out. If you are a fisher and looking for a good guide service for the Upper Etowah, you gotta reach out to Kahutta Fly Company out of Blue Ridge, Georgia. They have some local guides that actually run drift boats, dropping into the Etowah on some private accessible areas. So if you wanna chase smallmouth with a fly rod, or you wanna chase striper, give them a shout, let them know Greg sent you. The second biggest body of water is actually a private lake called Lake Arrowhead, located inside a golf course country club community that is private to outside. So if you're not a guest from a homeowner or you are not a homeowner, you're not going to be able to access it. But this is a beautiful mountain lake that does allow motorized boats. So if those of you that like to fish, that like to boat, anything like that, this is a beautiful area. This is a beautiful lake. And if you want to own a piece of that, you certainly can. You can find homes ranging from $300,000 up to beautiful lake lots up to $1 million. So bring your wallet, bring your pocketbook, let's go. Boop. All right, safety class, y'all. So always make sure you're paying attention to the weather before going out to recreate on the water. It's always a good idea to know if it's going to be super hot, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, take plenty of water. If it's going to be bad weather, maybe you don't go out that day, but make sure you're paying attention to what's happening. And then also, if there's been a lot of rain and you're going out to float the river, make sure you go do a little preview, maybe go the day before you're thinking about floating and just see what the water looks like. Just assess if that's something you want to take on. And most importantly, always wear a life jacket and make sure you bring it along whenever you're on the water. My family and I absolutely love recreating on the water. Warm fun in the sun, cool swimming holes in the summertime. And you know what? If you want to really get out in the water and you don't own a boat, make sure you check out Little River Marina and go rent you a boat for the day. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Greg Goad, local real estate expert in Cherokee County. So like, subscribe, see you on the water.